So good morning. Hey, Morgan. So good to see you. Thanks for
Hi.
joining. Hey. Yeah, so we have two other girls possibly joining. So we will warm up while they join. Like I said, I just have little 2 pound weights here that I'm going to add in as we move. You don't need them. If you want them and you have them, you can go ahead and grab some. I would definitely recommend like 1 pound, 2 pound, 3 pound. You don't need anything crazy. All right, so let's get started at the back of our mat. And we're just going to start with some roll downs here, warming up the spine and the body. So inhale, reach the arms up, take an extended mountain pose. And then we're going to dive down over the legs. So we're going to scoop the belly in and really dive down, pointing the hands toward the floor. And then once you get here, you can just hang heavy. Just breathe in your first forward fold. And then you can start to walk the hands out slowly to a high plank and just hold here for a moment, activating through the core, the glutes, the legs, the shoulders, and then slowly shift back for down dog. Pedal out through the feet here. Your first down dog, taking any movements you need. And then on your next inhale, start to walk the hands back toward the feet. We're just going to hang heavy here in a forward fold. And then vertebrae by vertebrae, small bend in the knees. Let's slowly start to rise up. Pull the belly in. Reach the arms up toward the ceiling. And then we can draw the hands into the heart center. Awesome. All right. We're going to take a few more roll downs as we get warmed up here. So we're starting at the back of the mat. Inhale, reach those arms up toward the ceiling. And then we're going to dive over those legs, pull the belly button into the spine, and just hang. And then start to walk those hands out, high plank, hold, and then exhale, shift back down dog. Nice work. All right, start to walk those hands back towards the feet and hang heavy. We're going to start to take these a little bit quicker. Slowly start to rise up vertebrae by vertebrae, reaching those arms up toward the ceiling. Nice. All right, we're going to take two more. Let's dive down. We're going to link one breath to motion. As we get down, take a little halfway lift, and then you can walk the hands out, high plank, and then exhale, hips go back right away. Now start to walk those hands back towards the feet. We have one more roll down. Inhale, start to rise up. Reach those arms up, and then they can come back through heart center. Our last one here. Inhale, rise. Exhale, dive over those legs like you're diving into a pool. And then walk the hands out to your high plank. And then we'll shift back down dog. Start to walk the hands back and we will roll up one final time, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head is the last to lift. Then the arms reach up and then our hands will come to heart center. All right, nice work. We're going to start with our ab warm up, still warming up the body, but we're going to transition down onto the mat. So you can stay facing the mat. I'm just going to come this way for a side view. We're just going to sit into chair. Just breathe here. Drop the hips, shift the weight into the heels, and release. Now start to shift the weight into the toes. Can you come up on the toes? And then from here, slowly start to lower down to the mat, slow and controlled. Bring the arms out in front of you and then drop the booty. We're going to come down into our ab warm up. So we're going to start with the 100. I'm going to grab my weights. You do not have to. I'm probably going to have to drop them at some point because it's going to be a lot. But if you want to add on weights for a little bit of a challenge, you can do that now. I'm just going to angle down slightly. So meet me on your back, feet are planted. Like we're going to go up into a bridge pose, but we're going to stay here. Perfect. All right, the arms are long by the hips. If you want to add your weights, you can. Again, I'm probably going to have to drop these, but I'm going to start by just pumping the arms by the hips. Nice and simple. The arms pump up and down. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, our next progression, continue to pump those arms the whole time. We're going to lift the head, the neck, the chest, and pump the arms. Breathe in. Breathe out. Continue to pump those arms. Our next progression, the right leg comes into tabletop. Breathe in. Breathe out. Drop the right foot, left leg comes up tabletop. Breathe in. Breathe out. Both legs tabletop. You got this. We have one more progression after this. Breathe in. Breathe out. Our last 10. Stay here or extend the legs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the weights, pull the knees in. Woo! You can rock side to side. Again, we're just warming up those abs here. All right. We're going to bring our feet into a Pilates V. So our heels are going to be together, toes apart. So you're making a nice V. The knees are going to be wide as well. I'm just going to come this way because we're going to extend our arms. Actually, they're just going to be 90 degrees. So extend your arms up 90 degrees. You want to make like a little finger gun. What we're going to do is just lift up and lower. So lift those arms between the knees and then lower back down. We'll go for 10, 9, 8, 7, slow and controlled for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold up, pulse, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Bring those knees in and just breathe. All right, we just have one more set for our ab warm-up. Back into position, feet in a Pilates V, legs are wide, knees are wide, stacking right over those hips. And now we're going to come to the arms 90 degrees, and we're going to come into a little oblique work. So we're going to drop the right hand between the legs, left leg or left hand comes to the outside of the leg. Lift back up. So we're just alternating sides here. Over to the left, right hand comes through the middle, back up. Good. We have 7 more on each side. We've already, or 8 more rather, sorry. Now we have 7 more. And now we have 6. You got this. And then 5 more each side. 5, 4, 3. Last 2. And then last 1. Nice work. Bring those arms up, hug the knees, and give yourself a big hug. Can bring the feet back down to the mat, and then just windshield wiper the legs side to side, releasing your low back for a moment. Alrighty. We are going to stay on our back for some bridging today. So this is another place that we can add on our weights. You don't have to, but you can if you would like. So to start, let's have our feet planted on the mat. We should be able to brush the backs of the heels with the tips of the fingers. So bring those feet in, about hips width distance between the feet. And then if you want to add those weights, I'm going to hold mine up above 90 degrees. And we're just going to start with a few lift and lowers here. Nice and simple, lift and lower. Just hinging up and down. Nice work. We'll take 5 more. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. 3, 2, and then last one here. Lift, hold, pulse the hips up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. You can bring the weights into the chest for just a moment. All right, our next progression here, lift those arms up. The palms will face like the front of the room. And then as we lift up, you can drop the arms. So whether you have weights or not, bring those arms 90 degrees and drop the arms by the hips as you lift the hips up. Arms drop, hips lift. Nice. We'll go for 6, 5, 4, remembering to breathe. 3, you got this. Squeeze those glutes. 2, pull the belly in. Last one, hold. Pulse the arms and the hips up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, lift those arms. You can bring the arms into the chest for a brief moment. All right, our next one, we're going to come into our full progression here. I'm going to walk you through how we'll get there. Pick what works for you. We're going to bring the arms up. Again, whether you have weights or not, bring those arms up. We're going to lift the hips up, drop the right arm back. Back to 90, hips lower. So we lift up, drop the right arm, lift it back, and then lower the hips. Let's take 2 on the left. Lift up, lower the left arm, bring it back, and lower. Nice work. So we're getting this motion. We're getting our body used to it. Nice. Next one, lift up, drop the right, lift, and then drop the left. Lift. So we have both arms dropping as those hips lift. Drop the right, lift up, drop the left, lift up. Drop those hips. Now lift the hips, drop the right arm, tap the left toe out if you'd like to add. Drag it back in, lower the hips down. We're going to take that on the other side. Lift the hips, left arm drops, right foot taps. So opposite foot and arm, and then hips go down. We're going to take one more like that. Right arm goes back, left leg taps, come back in, then lower. We're going to add these on together in just a second. Last one here, left arm, right foot, pull it in, come down. Take just a quick rest. We're going to add on both. So we're going to lift our hips. We're going to drop the right arm, left foot, and then left arm, right foot, come down. So we're going to take that for our last progression. Everyone prepare, lift those arms overhead if they aren't already. Lift those hips up, let's go. Right arm, left foot. Left arm, right foot. And drop those hips. Lift up, right and left and right, pull in, and drop. Next one, lift up, hold. Drop the right, extend the left, and now just hold the hips as we alternate for 10, 9. Keep the opposite arm right in line, 90 degrees, don't move it. Almost done here. Last one each side. And then last one here, left and right. Pull in, hold, and then drop the hips down. Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. You can bring one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. Reclined butterfly, whatever you want to call it. Woo, I don't know about you guys, but I am sweating. Alrighty. Take a happy baby here. Let's release those hips. You can rock side to side if you'd like. All right. Nice work. We are going to come up into some side lying or some side facing work for a little oblique work. So if you will, come up onto, and you can face the side of your mat, of course. I'm just going to do a front facing view for you guys. So we're going to come up onto the right. Let's start with our right. So the right knee will be down, And then we're going to have our left foot out for a counterbalance facing the front of the room. If you have weights, you can bring those in to the center of your chest like so. If not, you can just hold the arms here. Let me just angle the camera up because I feel like I'm going to go off of it if I move. So from here, you're just going to start to use that core and lean to the right, back up. Lean or bend, back up. Use that core. Go to that point of control and then back up. Lower body stays still. Over to the right and back up. Nice. We have 5 more. Back up. 4. Pull in through that belly. 3, 2, 1. Arms come out. We got this. We're going to lift for 10. Hold it out. 9. You got this. 8, 7, 6. If you don't have weights, fingers are long. If you do have weights, fingers are long still. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, drop it down. Take a counter stretch to the left. Go ahead, grab the left foot, reach over. Nice job. All right, start to come back up. We're going to come through our next variation here. I'm going to come just a little bit more angled on the mat so you can see. We're going to drop the right weight here, and we're going to bring the right hand down to our mat. We're going to make sure that our hips are stacked, and we're going to make sure that the shoulders are stacked here. So you're coming into like a side plank. The left leg will now lift. Again, shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked. Left arm is up. Thread the needle underneath the right oblique, right armpit. Reach up. Tap the left toe down. Lift. Now we're going to do that thread the needle, lift up, tap the toe. So a little combo move here. Thread the needle, lift up, nice, slow, and controlled. Tap. We'll go for 3. And tap for 2. And tap. And then last one here. Reach up, tap the foot, and then just hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Let's come into a little Z sit here with the legs. And we can reach over to the left. And then you can reach over to the right. Nice job. All right, planking. We're going to come into our plank. We're going to do just a static hold to start. Let me get my little timer so we can be exact. All righty. So let's come into our first plank. I'm going to have us do a beast hover today. So come into tabletop. Knees will be stacked under the hips, shoulders under the wrists. And then for our beast hover, you'll just tuck the toes and hover the knees and the shins off of the mat. Nice. Keep the gaze down between the hands. We have 20 more seconds. You got this. Inhale and breathe. Exhale. You have 15 more. And now you have 10 more. That went by quick. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop down. Take a quick child's pose. We have a few more progressions here. Alrighty. Now, for our next one, come back into that tabletop. Come up to your beast hover. We're going to add some hip drops or hip dips. So come into that beast hover. You want to keep the space between your knees. I don't know if this is going to make sense. I'll try to show you this way. Let's keep the space between our knees like there's something right here we're holding. But you want to keep the space between your knees the same the whole time. So now I'm going to start my hip dips. See how the space does not change? I'm just dipping the hips over to the left and right. Keep those knees in line. You're just shifting from the waist. We have 10 more seconds. You got this. Keep that space between the knees the same. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop down. Release to a child's pose. Nice work. Next one, a little bit of a combo move. We're going to start in a high plank actually because we're going to end up, if you want to just watch this one first, you don't have to come up yet. We're going to come into that high plank and then we're going to bend at the knees, drop the head, and come forward. So a little bit of a combo coming from that beast hover into a high plank. You guys can rise up now and start. We'll go for our last 30 seconds here on this progression. Come forward, bend the knees, drop the head. We have about 15 seconds left. You got this. Come forward, high plank, bend back. Stopping in your high plank. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. You can come to rest. Take a child's pose. Release down. You can walk the hands over to the right side of your mat. Breathe in through the side body. And then exhale, send the hips back towards the heels. You can inhale, start to walk the hands to the other side of the mat. And just breathe here. Inhale through your side body. And then exhale, send those hips back towards the heels. Nice. Let's all start to make our way back through center. And then we are going to come into that side or side plank work on the opposite side. So we will have the left knee down, right foot out. Get set up here. These weights, they make me breathless during this stuff. So if I'm not speaking, that's why. It's because I'm out of breath. So hands come into the heart center. We're going to start with that bend or that lean. Upper body is the only thing to move. You're just bending at the waist. Bringing my foot just a little bit more back in line with the hip. I had it a little bit further out before. Yeah, check out your foot-hip alignment. That right leg should be in line with the hip. Few more here. We'll go for 4, and then we're going to do that little add-on with the arms. You guys got this. 2, and then here's the last one. Arms come out, 10. With the weights or not, you can do it. 8, 7, 6, long fingertips, 5, 4, 3, 2, I'm losing my lean, 1, hands come back into heart center and then rise up. Nice work. Let's come into a quick little counter stretch. You can reach the left arm over, grab a hold of the right toe, and then we're going to come up into that second progression here. So grab one weight, left hand plants on the earth, the left leg is down, right knee is lifted. I just have to come this way. I don't have enough space. Awesome. Shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked. Take that thread, the needle, lift the arm up. Tap the toe down, lift. Thread the needle, lift, tap the toe. We'll go for 6, for 5, for 4, 3, tap the toe. 2 more, you got this. Stay nice and lifted through that left oblique. Tap the toe, last one, make it count. Thread the needle, lift up, tap the toe, hold everything up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. We can take that counter stretch here. Plant the left hand, reach over to the right. And then reach over to the left. I'm currently reaching to the right, and I reached to the left. I cued you wrong. Left and rights have been hard for me this week. I don't know what's going on. It's just that type of a week. All right, we're going to come to stand. We have about 20 minutes left. So the last 5 to 10 will be for a nice yoga stretch. We still got a little bit more of our Pilates burn, about 10, 15 minutes. So stick with me. Grab a hold of your weights if you have them. If not, totally fine. Let's come up to stand. We're going to come into a wide squat to start. So feet will come wide on the mat. And then we're going to bring the arms out. We're going to drop down and hug a tree. So as if there's a beach ball between the arms, you're just going to bring the arms in, hug a tree, and then back out in line, not passing the shoulders. Nice. Drop down, lift up. Lift up. Nice. 3. We're going to pulse at the bottom. 2. Here we go. Last one. Pulse. Can pulse the arms in. 3, 2, 1. Lift up. Nice job. Drop the arms, shake out the legs for a second. And then we're going to come through some punching. So get out some anger on this Friday if you have any. We're going to bring the hands right in like this. Can bring the legs out. I'm just going to go a little bit wider here. I like to do more of a wide squat. As wide as you'd like is fine. And I'm just going to drop, punch the right, punch the left, bring it in, rise. So we're just punching forward right now and rise. So you can punch out, and then rise. Right, left, rise. Nice. We'll do 2 more like this. Drop, punch, punch, rise. We're going to do cross punching. So drop, punch to the left with the right, and rise. So cross the body as you punch and rise. We have 5 more. Rise. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Punch, punch, pulse, pulse, and release. Nice work. Come to stand. We're going to come into some lunging work. Let's just inhale, reach up, and exhale, take a forward fold to stretch. All right. You can come to the top of your mat and then bring the feet together. We're going to bring the right leg up, take some ankle circles, little balance challenge here in our transition. Circle out the ankle. You want to bend and stretch through the right leg a few times. Breathe in and breathe out. All right, bring that right knee back up, and then we're going to slowly start to step it back for a lunge. Nice. All right, we're going to start with the arms first. We're going to do a tricep kickback. So we'll drop it down for a lunge in a second, but start to kick those arms back. Get used to this motion. The arms are right by the ribs, squeezing in. Now as we send it back, we're going to drop. Drop the knee as you kick back. Come back through center. We have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it for 1. Pulse. Arms and legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise up. Woo! All right, we're going to come into a bicep curl. So the arms come out in front of you. Want to keep those elbows lifted about in line with the shoulders, maybe a tiny bit lower. And then we're just going to do our bicep curl here to start for about 5. And we have 2 more. All right, this next one, drop the knee, rise. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up, release. You can step that leg in. We're done on that leg. Shake it out, and let's just take a wide-legged fold. Legs come out wide and just fold over. 3 breaths here. You can start to heel toe the feet back together, about a fist between them. And then we'll start to rise up. We're going to start with that left leg, just rising the knee up here. Ankle circles, articulate through there. You can bend and stretch through that leg. Anything that feels good here, really. Just getting a little movement before we lunge it out. All right, bring this guy back to center. Let's step it back, high lunge. All right, so for our arm motions, we're going to do a low row. So we're going to row in and out. So palms face the ceiling. You're going to bring the arms out in front of you, like in front of the, kind of in line with your waist, and then pull back in. Let's do 2 more, and then we'll add. Last one. All right, pull in, drop down. Release, pull in, drop down. So we have the right foot forward, left foot is back. We're targeting that other leg with our low row for 4, 3, 2, hold it for 1 and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise up. Quick little rest. High row is next. Arms come out, and we're just going to row the arms in. So keep them in line with the shoulders. I'm going to drop down in just 2 more. Last one. All right, drop it down and row. Row and up. You got this for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it down, pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise up. Let's kick that leg out. And let's take another wide-legged fold. You can drop your weights if you have them and just reach the arms out to the side and fold here. Plant the left hand, reach the right arm up toward the ceiling. Open up, twisting that heart open to the ceiling. And then bring the right hand down, reach that left arm up, take a twist. And then come back through center. All right, drop down through a child's pose. Breathe in and breathe out. All right, for our last Pilates push, we're just going to come through some prone work on our stomach. So let me just angle down, and then we'll come through a nice little Pilates stretch, or a yoga stretch, sorry. All right, so let's come down onto our bellies here. We're going to start with Sphinx pose. So We're just gonna bring our forearms down to the mat, legs extend long behind you. Get set up here. You're pulling the heart through the arms. Nice. And then look at my belly here. So I'm going to go a little bit more angled so you can see. As you can see, my belly is just hanging on the mat. To really activate here, activate through those legs. Get those legs activated, activate through the glutes. Pull the belly in. Can you see the difference between this and this? And I'm protecting that low back. See how there's a huge arch in my low back? There we are, nice and protected. Pull it in. Hold your Sphinx, just breathe. It doesn't feel like much, but if you're activating through everything, it should. All right, slowly start to lower down. We're going to come through that again, but we're going to add on. So if you'd like to just watch here, what we're going to do is we're going to keep that same motion. Everything is activated here. And then we're just going to kick, kick, and release. So we're going to kick the left leg in twice and release. So meet me here now. Come back into your Sphinx. Activate through the core, activate through the legs and the glutes, protect that low back. You can keep the gaze about 6 inches to a foot in front of you, and then kick the right leg, release. Kick, kick, release. Alternating legs for 10, for 9, 8. Pull that belly in off of the mat. And we have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then last one, each side, kick, kick, and release. Come down to the mat. You can place a cheek on the mat or stack your arms, place your forehead on them. All right, nice. All right, we're going to come through 2 locust poses, 2 or 3. Maybe we'll do 3 if we have an extra minute. So we're going to extend the arms by the side. You're going to bring everything down to the mat. Down. I'm just staying a little bit lifted because my mic, I don't want to crush it. So your forehead is down. And then inhale, we're going to lift everything up. Start to lift the head, the neck, the chest, the arms, the legs. Pelvis is pressing into the earth and the gaze is down. We're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. I think we should have time to do 2 more of these. So let's inhale, rise up, go there now. You got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release down. All right, we have one more. Pulling through that belly. Zip the legs together, not legs. Zip the legs together. Put your arms back by your side and then lift up. See if you can keep those legs together for 10, 9, 8, pressing through the pelvis, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, drop it down. Windshield wiper the feet side to side. Release your low back. And then you can gently press yourself up into an upward facing dog. And then we're going to come into a pigeon, a half pigeon on the right side, which would look like this. So our right knee is forward. Or if you would like to take a figure 4 on your back, like so. The right foot can just come over that left knee, can stay here or elevate that leg. Whatever works in your body. I'm going to come into our half pigeon here. And for half pigeon, you can stay lifted. If you want to come down to those forearms, that's always an option here. And if you can get even further, you can drop it down to your forehead, but right here is perfect. Breathe. can gently start to reach back. If you're in the half pigeon, you're in figure four, you can just stay. Half pigeon, we're just going to take a little bit of a thigh stretch. Can you use that left hand to grab the left foot? Feel that stretch. And then you can release. And then I'm just going to switch my legs out, sending the left foot forward, or the left knee rather, and then my right leg back. And then I'm just readjusting here. If you're in figure four, just gently switch sides and then hold from half pigeon, open up, and then exhale, you can come down to those forearms. Breathing into that hip, sending the breath there. And then if you're in figure four, just stay. If you want to add on that thigh stretch and half pigeon, if you did so on the other side, let's go there now. You can release that leg. And then let's just swing the legs out. We're going to stack them on top of one another, or just crisscross applesauce if this is uncomfortable. Reach the right arm up. We're taking a double pigeon to target the hips. Reach over those legs. This can be pretty intense on the hips, so just listen to your body. Go to where makes sense for you. And then slowly start to lift up. Plant the hands behind you and just open through that chest here. Everyone breathe in together. Release. We're going to switch out the legs to target that other hip. Crisscross applesauce. Again, just switch out the legs. And then if you have them stacked, nice, easy switch. Reach those arms up. And then hinge, hinge, hinge. Reach forward. And then you can fold. And then you can send that breath here to that hip as you inhale. And then exhale, release any of that sticky, uncomfortable space. And then we'll slowly start to rise up. Let's plant our hands behind our hips. One more time, proud chest here. Inhale together. Release. Beautiful. Send both legs out in front of you. Reach the arms up and forward. Fold. We'll reach, 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 and fold over those legs. If you want to just shake the head out a little here, release the neck. All right, drop it back for fish pose. We're going to come on to our hands like we're reclining back at the beach here. You can drop that head. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly lower down to the mat. Just send the legs up for an inversion. We're just reversing the blood flow. We have another minute or so before we're done. Just enjoy this moment as you feel the blood flow reverse in the legs. If you want to roll out the ankles, you can do that now. And then you can start to drop that left leg. Let's just take a nice stretch on this right leg. So my left leg is down, and I'm just pulling the right leg into the body. Bending through the knees, straightening. And then just taking a quick half happy baby here, extending the leg out to a little wide straddle, and then you can pull it in. Let's extend the right leg long, bring that left leg, and then we will be done. We're just going to stretch this guy out, articulate through that ankle, pull that leg into the body, straightening through the knee, the back of the leg. Half happy baby here. Open that hip. If you can send it out to a wide straddle, go ahead. And then let's just bring both legs in, or happy baby, full happy baby. And then you can just do a wide straddle, rock back and forth. All right, start to draw the knees into the chest. Rock yourself up. We're gonna come into a standing position to end. So meet me at the top of your mat. And we're just gonna take one roll down to end our practice. Everyone inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, dive over the legs. Walk the hands out, high plank. 3 push-ups, you got this, to end our class. 3, 2, 1. Walk the hands back. Vertebrae by vertebrae, roll up. Hands come into heart center, and you guys are all set. Thanks so much for joining.